Hometown Family Radio Sports Network, KZMC McCook. Listen online at 1021kzmc.com and the 1021 KZMC mobile app. High school basketball is on the air. Coverage on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network is brought to you by
Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, Mid-Plains Community College, Community Hospital, Pinpoint Communications, Corporate Seeds, Doyle Auto Repair, Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union, Waypoint Bank of Cambridge, Samway Floor Covering and Furniture, Amateurs Bar and Grill, Auctioneer Justin Bonshaw, Honeyman Custom Harvesting, Cross Creek Golf Links, M&B Bank, Taco John's, Browning Truck and Trailer, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, Western Select Genetics Lance Shiflett, Medicine Creek Family Dentistry, Farmers National Company, River Valley Services, Vera Wireless, Mark's Pharmacy and Shirley Case Coffee Shop, First Central Bank, Runza, Caleb's Custom Farming, Webb's Oilfield Service, Hogemeyer Seed, Troy Wiestat, Tri-Valley Health System, and Hitch and Hay Public Transit.
With the start of game day coverage, here's Trent Florham.
Welcome once again to the Taco John's pregame show here on True Country Radio, 1021 KZMC. I'm Trent Florham. Tonight we bring you high school boys basketball between the Arapahoe Warriors and the Cambridge Trojans. The Warriors are 2-18 on the season. They lost their first 8 games before getting a win over Franklin, 47-33. They then lost 9 games in a row before getting a win over Brady on Friday night, 56-43. They have 8 losses of less than 15 points, so could easily have around 10, 12 wins on the season had they won those games. They took on the Hitchcock County Falcons on Saturday night, losing that one 61-46. The Trojans are 9-9 on the season and took on the North Platte St. Pat's Irish on Saturday. The Irish came out red hot and led 25-13 after one. The Irish remained hot in the second quarter, outscoring the Trojans 22-8. to lead 47-21 at the half. The Irish continued in the third as they outscored the Trojans 18-13 to take a 65-34 lead into the fourth quarter. The teams traded baskets in the fourth, with the Irish outscoring the Trojans 21-19 to make the final. North Platte St. Pat's 86, Cambridge 53. Braxton Mitchell and Maverick Webb were the Amateurs Bar and Grill players of the game. We're going to take a break, and when the Taco John's pregame show continues, we'll be joined by Arapahoe Warrior head coach John Strand and all the actions right here on True Country Radio, 1021 KZMC. If
you're in the stages of planning an upcoming sale, contact auctioneer Justin Bonshaw today. Whether it's a farm sale, household, livestock, charity, or fundraiser, Justin Bonshaw, the 2014 KAA Champion Livestock Auctioneer, will help you make the most of your sale. Call him today, 402-957-8308. That's 402-957-8308.
The staff at River Valley Services in Cambridge is ready to take care of all your refrigeration, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and trenching jobs. You see, whether it's at work, on the farm, or at home, there is no job too big or too small. These boys can do it all. River Valley Services are available 7 a.m. till 4, but that doesn't mean they won't handle your emergency at a moment's notice. River Valley Services. Call 308-697-4815. That's 308-697-4815. 697-4815.
Samway Floor Covering and Furniture.
Specials for your Valentine. See Samways for store-wide savings on recliners, swivel gliders and chairs, Restonic beds and adjustable bases, sofas and sectionals, end tables and desks, with 12 months no interest and free delivery available too. Feel the love when you shop Samways for your Valentine.
Samway Floor Covering and Furniture. You'll love this store.
More Taco John's Courtside continues now from the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Taco John's pregame show here on True Country Radio, 1021 KZMC. I am Trent Florham, and joining me now is Arapahoe Warrior head coach John Strand. And, Coach, thanks for taking the time to be here on the Taco John's pregame show.
Hey, no problem. I enjoy having you guys cover us.
Hey, how's the injury bug treated you guys? I know early on and before football season even ended, you lost your top scorer from last year, but how's everybody doing that's been able to play this season?
You know, we're probably about as healthy as we've been for a while. We got two two of our underclassmen who have been out with some knee injuries, and I don't know if we'll get them back by the end of the year. But for the guys who've been playing here the last couple of weeks, we've been likely enough to stay relatively healthy, and so we're starting to get a little bit of rhythm and play some decent basketball.
Well, I know nobody likes to look ahead in the season. Everybody likes to go game by game, but the sub-district tournament's coming up here in a couple weeks, and man, it's a good sub-district. 5 teams out there, and you're probably going to play in Dundee County, Stratton, but it kind of is anybody's ball game right there between the 5.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough sub-district. Dundee County obviously is leading the way right now, but Hitchcock and Maywood Hay Center, both of them are doing pretty good, and Cambridge is an explosive team. They can score some points, so definitely an open race, but we're going to hopefully be playing our best ball of the year and see what happens.
Well, I know you guys got a 2-18 record, but looking at your schedule, you have 8 or 10 games in there that have been by less than 15 points for losses for you, so you turn them around, and you guys are right there with the rest of the group.
Yeah, we've had a lot of games where we've been competitive, and it just seems like there's always a quarter, a 5-minute window, or sometimes longer, where we just really struggle to get the ball in the hole offensively, and so a close game goes to a 10, 15, 20-point game like that, and then we're fighting our way back at it the rest of the way. So, we've just been working on being more consistent and trying not to let those slumps go for so long, and we can put ourselves right there and be competitive.
We are listening to the Taco John's pregame show. I am Trent Floor. I'm visiting with the Arapahoe Warrior head coach John Strand. And, Coach, you guys took on Hitchcock County on Saturday night. Another one of them games ended up being a 15-point loss, but you're very competitive with Hitchcock County. Talk to us about that ball game.
Yeah, we came out right out the gate and hit a couple of threes, and we're up 8-0. And then that was about midway through the first quarter, and then we got in our heads a little bit, and Hitchcock kind of regained their focus and composure, and they went on a 30-2 run on us through the end of the first quarter and the first 5 or 6 minutes of the second quarter. And so we just can't afford to have those windows where we kind of forget what we're doing, and we get high with our turnovers and a little loose with the ball. And so again, we got to do a better job of taking care of those windows. But then the second half we come out and talk about how we can't afford to have those kind of windows, and we play a much better game in the second half and end up winning the second half, playing some pretty decent basketball.
Well, tonight you're going to take on the Cambridge Trojans, a team you're familiar with. You guys play them every year, and probably going to play them at least twice this year. A rivalry game, and it seems like you just throw the records out the window because every time these two teams meet, it seems to go down to the wire. So talk to us about the Trojans, what you know about them, and how do you get the W?
Definitely a game where we got to make sure we contest the three-point line. They got some kids that can really shoot the ball well. So that's going to be a focus for us. And then obviously limiting them to one-shot possessions. And then on the offensive end, we got to make sure that we aren't giving them turnovers to where they can get out and run in transition. If we can make them work in the half court and take contested shots and keep it into a little slower game where they got to work to get their buckets, I think that's going to help us out a little bit. And all that comes down to us doing a better job of taking care of the ball and really working on the offensive end.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here on the Taco John's pregame show. I want to wish you good luck tonight and also throughout the rest of this season.
Thank you.
That was Arapahoe Warrior head coach John Strand. We're going to take a quick break, and when the Taco John's pregame show continues, we will hear what Cambridge Trojan head coach Clay Shepard had to say following their game against North Platte St. Pat's, and it's all right here on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Brynick Truck and Trailer in Arapahoe is the name you can count on for quality, dependable work for your truck or trailer projects. Brynick Truck or Trailer Repair is your home for truck sales, grain trailer rentals, and automotive or diesel services. No matter the season, you want your truck to be in working, dependable order. So don't delay. Get your equipment ready to run and call Brynick Truck and Trailer at 308-962-7200. That's 308-962-7200. 962-7200.
Breakfast is just better when you choose Taco John's in McCook. Enjoy Mexican donut bites or a churro with delicious hot coffee. Taco John's has the best burritos, the scrambler, meat and potato, or even spicy chorizo. And you can get potato olays any time of day. So enjoy them in a scrambler bowl. Get them individually or in a combo. But make your next breakfast stop Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better. Taco John's, West 8th and B in McCook.
Webb's Oilfield Service out of Cambridge is excited to support broadcasts of Trojan Athletics on Hometown Family Radio. Webb's Oilfield Service hauls water and also works on drilling rigs throughout southwest Nebraska as well as northwest Kansas. Reach out to Webb's Oilfield Service by calling 308-340-1104. That's 308-340-1104. For Webb's Oilfield Service of Cambridge, Nebraska.
Let's sit down with the head coach. This is the Taco John's pregame show.
Trent Florman. I'm joined now by Cambridge Trojan head coach Clay Shepard. And, Coach, I don't know if we've had anybody shoot the ball as well as the Irish did tonight.
No, we haven't. We probably haven't played a team who can shoot it that well until tonight. High Riggs is quite the player. Basically all the way through their lineup, 20, 0, 11, 22. He played in the JV game and he made them all. And so, as soon as he came in, we were yelling shooter, and sure enough, he kind of got hot there at the end. They shot it really well. We've known for a while we got to continue to get better defensively. Felt like we've made some progress the last couple weeks, but you're not going to fix that overnight. And teams that are this good are going to expose that. They finished really, really well at the rim. We didn't do a good enough job of making them shoot 8 to 10 footers. We let them shoot a lot of 2 to 5 footers when we were in our zone. Some we switched to man, and I think we were a little bit worried about their quickness, and they run some really good stuff too, where they got guys coming off double downs, sneaking out the backside for those kickouts. And so then, when we went man, they shot a bunch of threes and made them all. And, I kind of told the guys in one time out, it was like, can we just make them do something different? And then they went back to getting to the hoop and scoring. And, they were hitting on all cylinders tonight. We weren't good enough defensively early on. I actually thought our offense was pretty consistent throughout, against a pretty good, pressure defensive team. I thought we handled the ball, pretty well. In the half court, in the full court, we tried to do some things, getting the ball down the floor quick and got ourselves in some trouble. But I thought that in the half court, we really handled the ball pretty well and shot the ball pretty well, which, is what I just told the boys. Let's focus on the positives here. We got a big stretch coming up to end the season. A lot of us saw the ball go through the hoop tonight a couple times, and let's focus on that, and let's make sure that, we take away some confidence from that.
I thought early that there was times you guys had hands and faces, too, and they were still making shots. I mean, Ben Hirig's had Creighton Ruggles right in his grill at one time and still buries it from three-point range. So, and then it just kind of came back from there. And, I think maybe they got frustrated a little bit, but, we're still playing good defense. They're still making them. But, I mean, you just got to keep playing. But, you said guys seeing shots go down. Braxton Mitchell made both of his shots tonight. And he's been somebody we talked about earlier, probably needs to shoot a little more.
Yeah, we've been talking about how he's been playing really well in the JV games. He's been shooting with confidence. In practice and in the JV games, and just the style of game kind of fit him tonight. He's used to just getting up and down and playing man, and kind of more free flowing with how they played defense. That was kind of the style of game it was. And he came off the one down screen, hit the three. He's running in transition and he hit the one. I still thought he passed up a couple, and we talked on the bench. I said, just when you play a team who's going to play this style defensively, you're going to have one chance. And yes. if you don't let it fly, they're going to be closed out and everyone's going to be covered up again. And now we got to start working again. And, in the shot clock era here, you probably only get 1 or 2 of those a possession. And, with a guy like him, he's just got to continue to let it fly. And, Brady, same way. We talked about that at halftime with him as well, and just said, just got to continue to let that thing, go. And, obviously he got hot there at the end, which was good to see, get him going again. And we had other guys who did do that. And I thought Mav started the game off really well. Hodge kind of throughout the game found ways to get the ball in the hoop. I thought Creighton attacked really well. They had some guys at the rim who, weren't as tall as some other guys we've played, but just were forces down there. They were always in the right spots, and when we drove in the lane, you were always finishing over somebody. And so when we did finish, it was pretty impressive. But there were a lot of times where, at different points in the season, we've made that same attack and we've finished because there's no one there. And then tonight there was someone there, and we didn't do a great job of adjusting to the help side being there and making the next play.
Well, Tuesday night, you're back at home. Your final home game of the season. The Arapahoe Warriors come to town. Warriors not having their best season, but, it's going to be a rivalry game, and this always seems to be a nail-biter when the Warriors come to town. So talk to us about the Warriors, and how do you guys get the W on Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think it's a big challenge for us, just, man for man. If you look out there in warm-ups on on Tuesday, you're going to think, ooh, I don't know how it's going to go, just because they're very big, they're very physical, they're very athletic. They have a lot of football players, obviously, with how their football season went, and most of those guys are out on the basketball floor. And so it's going to be a tough challenge for us as far as getting guys off the glass, as far as stopping guys before they get to the rim, because we're not going to contest them at the rim. They're all 3-4 inches taller than us and 20 pounds heavier than us. And so we're going to have to do our work early on defense, keep them away from the rim, make them play on the perimeter. And in the half court on offense, that also is a huge challenge, because, it's kind of like Highline the other night. Those passing lanes shrink when the guy who's contesting it is 6 foot and he has a 35-inch vertical. And, if we can get out and run, I think that would be huge for us. We got to shoot the ball well again. They've been mixing up some different zones on defense, so we got to be prepared for those. It's just it's an RPAC East game. Those are always a little more amped up, and this one probably more than any other. And so we got to be ready to go. We got to kind of, told the boys, I don't say this very often, but maybe just burn this tape and move on to Tuesday and prepare for that Monday and be ready to go when the Warriors come to town.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up and visiting with us. Glad we didn't get the win tonight here against the Irish, but let's go pick one up on Tuesday night.
Yeah, let's do it, Trent.
Cambridge Trojan head coach Clay Shepard. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here to wrap things up on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
At Waypoint Bank, our lending decisions are made locally and quickly. When you deal with a family-owned bank like Waypoint, you aren't just a number. We proudly offer personalized care with a history of strong values. At Waypoint Bank, we've been providing financial assistance and guidance since 1883. Our word is our bond, and has been for all these years. It's called relationship banking. Nothing new, just something we do at Waypoint Bank. Waypoint Bank, guiding your success and invested in your future. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Here at Runza, customers always ask us,
why do you trick us into eating cabbage?
No, they ask, when are you going to bring back the Italian Runza sandwich? And the answer is, right now.
Cool, the Italian Runza's back. What is an Italian Runza?
It's got ground beef, Italian sausage, black olives, mushrooms, mozzarella, and savory tomato sauce.
And no cabbage. What's Italian for sign me up?
Good question. The Italian Runza is back for a limited time. Runza makes it all better.
Corporate Seeds. This is a family that grew up in the seed industry. A family that knows that food grown on healthy land with healthy farming produces healthy food. We are all stewards of this land, and it is our responsibility to care for its health to support yours. Regular deliveries and pickups are available in your area. Contact Corporate Seeds to learn more today. Call 308-697-4848. That's 697-4848. Or you can see their website online at corporateseeds.com.
The following is a presentation of high school basketball from the Hometown Valley Radio Sports Network, KZMC McCook. Listen online at 1021kzmc.com and the 1021 KZMC mobile app. High school basketball is on the air.
Every Tomlin wide open three, rolls around, goes. Every Tomlin cashes it in. Back to Webb. Going to take the three. She was hot from there from the corner, and she's got her third one of the ball game. 9 points for Aspen Webb. He skip pass over to Ruggles. He's going to drive, gets into the short corner, puts the shot up, and it goes.
This is high school basketball. Let's go courtside. Here's Trent Florham.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florham back here with you, live from Cambridge, where the Warriors are in town. And the girls have already got one win for the Trojans. They won at 47-42 over the Warriors, a team that beat them 52-30 here just a couple weeks ago in the opening round of the RPAC tournament. They get revenge there. This is the first meeting for the Trojans and the Arapahoe Warrior boys here this season. So they get ready to go. The Warriors come in 2-18 on the season, but man, they've had probably 8 or 10 losses that have been by less than 15 points, including their last action against Hitchcock County last Saturday. They were there and lost by 15. And Coach Strand said they had a 30-2 run that cost them that game. They were ahead by 8, and the next thing you knew, it was 30-10. So they're down by 20. They fought back though second half. They won the second half, he said. And so they got picked up loss, but got the win in the second half. Played against a very good Hitchcock County team. That's pretty impressive. Top score them in a half of basketball. So let's bring in the starting lineup, brought to you tonight by Mark's Pharmacy and Know Your Number. High blood pressure in the United States is a major problem. Nearly 1 to 3 American adults has pre-hypertension. That's blood pressure numbers that are higher than normal, but not yet in the high blood pressure range. Mark's Pharmacy can help you know your number with a quality blood pressure machine in the home to help get accurate results that are sent directly to your doctor. Contact Mark's Pharmacy to learn more and know your number. Now here are tonight's starting lineups. For the Warriors, number 4, a 6-foot senior, Alex Diaz. Number 11, a 5'9 senior, Christopher Hermes. Number 14, a 5'9 senior, Grayson Kohler. Number 22, a 6-foot senior, William Casey. Number 23, a 6-foot senior, Eli Schaefer. Head coach John Strand and assistant coach Taylor Bailey for the Warriors. For the Trojans tonight, it's number 12, a 6-foot junior, Creighton Ruggles. Number 14, a 5'7 junior, Brady Allmeyer. Number 15, a 5'7 junior, Maverick Webb. Number 20, a 6-foot junior, Hodge Rayburn. And number 23, a 6-foot junior, Braden Miller. Head coach Clay Shepard, assistant coach Bronson Wood for the Trojans. Warriors going to go left to right, across, or right to left across your radio dial. Trojans left to right. Warriors in the black uniforms, blue numbers, and it says, I believe, Arapahoe in blue across their chest. And the Trojans in the white uniforms, black numbers, it says Cambridge in orange across their chest. Ruggles and Casey will jump it up here at center court. Referee approaches the circle, ball's in the air, we're underway, and the Warriors win the tip. One of the few that Ruggles has lost this year. Here's Diaz with it. Up the floor comes to Casey, working on the left wing. Working out of the zone as the Trojans. Diaz goes inside, it's knocked away, it's picked up by Ruggles. Ruggles, and he traveled here, coming up for you. Wanted to get it up to Allmeyer. Lost it as he went to pass, so the ball slipped out of his hands. And you can thank the Baden Ball Company for that one. So Diaz to inbound it here for the Warriors. And get it into number 11. That's Herms. Off to Casey, left side, working on the wing. Going to kick inside, kicks out to Herms. Herms driving upside, throws it away, and it's Maverick Webb trying to go down the left side of the lane. Has it knocked away by Schaefer and into the hands of Diaz. Kicks it off to Casey. Casey on the right wing. Out to Herms. Herms back up top. It comes to Casey. Casey driving inside, puts a little floater up, won't go. Gets a rebound. Is picked up by number 14, Kohler, and then he misses the shot. Rebound Rayburn out to Webb. Back up top to Rayburn. Rayburn off to Allmeyer here on the right wing. Allmeyer hands it off to Webb. Webb gets to the free throw line, kicks it back out to Rayburn. He traveled, got away with it, drives, shoots, scores. Rayburn puts it in. 2-0 Trojans right off the bat here. Here's Casey working against Ruggles. Now double teamed and Webb has it. Nice steal by Ruggles. Webb working right side up high. Kicks it off left side to Rayburn. Rayburn back up top to Ruggles. Ruggles working against Casey. Drives in, kicks it out to Rayburn. Wide open three. And it won't go. Ruggles fights for the rebound. Or no, that was Miller, excuse me. Schaefer ends up with it for the Warriors. Here is Casey with it off the left side. Hermes back over to Casey. Or that was Diaz, excuse me, now to Hermes. Down the corner, back up top. Diaz working on the left wing. Goes down underneath. Kohler working around, kicks it back out to Casey. 14 on the shot clock. Casey working on the wing against Webb. Tries to drive over the top of Rayburn. Shot won't go. Ruggles with the rebound. Bringing it up the floor. Gets inside against Hermes. Throws it away. Throws it back to Allmeyer. Allmeyer couldn't get a hand on it. And it goes in the backcourt over and back. 2-0 Trojans. 5:52 left here in the first quarter. Rayburn with the only basket here tonight so far. So they get it in. This is Christopher Hermes. Walking up here left side, guarded by Allmeyer. Skip pass back over to Diaz. Inside it goes Schaefer over Miller. Shots up and in. Eli Schaefer with the first basket for the Warriors. We're tied at 2. Here comes Allmeyer with it. Working top of the key. Goes left side to Rayburn. Back to Webb. Webb drives inside. Tries to put a shot up. He's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Well, Schaefer or Hermes, I'm not sure. Fouls on number 11, Christopher Hermes. Hermes. Maverick Webb to the free throw line to shoot 2 on the season, shooting 50%, 6 of 12. He's been struggling from the free throw line here the last couple of games. And this one's an air ball. Not struggling that bad, Maverick. Let's take Amateurs Bar and Grill, Arapahoe Rehab and Fitness auctioneer Justin Bonshaw, Riding Truck and Trailer, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness for bringing you tonight's ball game. Webb's second one's in and out, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to the Warriors. That was Schaefer. Off to Casey. Casey working it up, gets it to Schaefer. Eli Schaefer hands it back to William Casey. Casey, left side it comes to Diaz. Back over to Casey. Casey, skip pass back to Diaz. Inside it goes. This is Kohler. Back to Diaz on the wing. Skip pass underneath. Hermes going out. Miller kicks it away. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. 14 on the shot clock. 5:07 on the game clock here in the first quarter. Tied at 2. So Diaz to inbound it. 2 at the free throw line. 2 at each. 1 at each block down low. Hermes and Casey are at the blocks. Schaefer, Kohler at the free throw line. Try to comes in. Schaefer loses it, but Diaz and they call this out of bounds Warrior basketball, but okay. Diaz to get it in. Lobs it up to Casey. Trojans go man to man. Casey working against Ruggles. Gets it inside to Schaefer. He's working against Miller. Ruggles knocks it away. But Schaefer gets it back out to Casey. Going to try to drive against Ruggles. Gets underneath, throws it off of Ruggles and out of bounds. And with 4 on the shot clock, it stays with the Warriors. So 4 seconds in. Ruggles didn't like where he got hit. If you're a man, you know what I mean. 4:51 left here in the first. 2-2 you score. 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Warriors. Hermes misses a shot, air ball, and turnaround jumper is no good. And they're going to play with it. The shot clock violation doesn't matter. Trojans got it. Here's Allmeyer inside, down the left side, out to Ruggles. 3 on the way, buries it. Creighton Ruggles hits the 3, and the Trojans go up 5-2. Here comes Diaz. Bell over and back right there. Tried to get it to Casey, but Casey had not crossed back over the timeline. And Coach Strand goes to the bench here. Coming in is number 21. That is Clayton North. He'll come in for Hermes. And also in number 12, Gage Gooden checking in. For the Trojans, Braxton Mitchell checked in, as did Kyle Johnson. Kyle Johnson had a great JV game tonight. So he's getting some early playing time here. Mitchell working back up top. Gets it off to Ruggles. Top of the key. Right side it comes to Allmeyer. Allmeyer driving. Turns, kicks it back out to Rayburn. Right side it comes to Mitchell. Mitchell back up top to Ruggles. Warriors playing man-to-man now. Off to Allmeyer. 3 on the way. It's off the... Oh, it goes! I thought that was going off the back of the rim, and it fell in. 8-2. Trojans by 6. 3:55 left opening period. Trojans back to their zone. Here is number 12. That was Gooden. Kicks it down to North. North going to try to drive inside. Up against Kyle Johnson. Johnson blocks it. Rebound Rayburn. Rayburn coming up the floor. Gets to the top. Kicks it off to Ruggles. Ruggles, top of the key. Goes down to the corner to Allmeyer. 3 on the way. Got it. Allmeyer hits 2 straight threes. The Trojans go up 11-2. Timeout by the Warriors. Coach Strand wants to talk it over. We'll do it with him. 11-2. Trojans. 3:30 left here in the opening period. Back after this on True Country Radio. 102.1 KZMC.
MNB, that means a different MNB.
Every game, every score, every victory. It's more than just sports. It's where our community comes together. At M&B Bank, we're proud to cheer for our local athletes. From the first practice to the final buzzer. We're here for every sport, every season, and every student chasing their dreams. Because at M&B Bank, we believe in teamwork, tradition, and building a brighter future together. M&B Bank, there is a difference. Member FDIC.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Foreman back here with you in Cambridge. Dale Show Fish Court here at the home of the Trojans. 11-2, Trojans lead it. Kyle Johnson, Hodge Rayburn, Braxton Mitchell, Creighton Ruggles, and Brady Allmeyer on the floor for the Trojans right now. Eli Schaefer, Wilton Casey, Gage Gooden, Clayton North, and Grayson Kohler. Clayton North's got it. North Bringing it up the right side, comes back to the middle, kicks it off to Casey. Across the timeline it goes. Here goes Gooden inside, shots up, won't go. Rebound by Schaefer. Schaefer muscles his way through, and we're going to have a foul on the Trojans. Got to box out, young men. Foul is on Brady Allmeyer, his first, team's first. Both teams with one here in the first quarter. Not as rough as the girls' game was so far. Casey trying to get it in. Gets it into Schaefer. Schaefer down the right side of the lane. Works up against Johnson. Shot won't go. Rebound's tipped around, and they got away with the push right there in the back of Allmeyer. Casey tries to go inside to Schaefer, working against Johnson. Turnaround jumper, and that was a foul on Allmeyer. No foul called. Allmeyer grabbed a hold of Schaefer's arm. The Arapahoe fans don't like the not call. Here's Rayburn. Right side it comes to Ruggles. Ruggles drives, gets in against Schaefer. Off the glass, won't go. Gets his own rebound. Turns around, kicks it back up top. Rayburn wide open three. Swish. 5 points for Hodge Rayburn. It's 14-2. Here's Casey with it. 2:35 left opening period. Works inside, gets it into Kohler. Turnaround jumper over Johnson, won't go. Rebound comes down to number 12. That is Gooden. Back out to Casey. 3 on the way. Misses the shot. Rebound by Schaefer. He'll step in through. Blocked by Rayburn. Picked up by Allmeyer. Allmeyer quickly up the floor. Working up top. Comes back up. Gets it to Ruggles. Top of the key. Ruggles will drive. Nobody stops him. Puts a shot up. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Kohler. Got to pick a side right there and use that bank board, young man. It's your friend. Here's Casey. He drives in, puts it up and in. That's how you do it right there. William Casey puts it up, and now Casey with the steal. And he stood up after he's on the floor. That should have been a travel right there. Casey down in the corner. North for 3. Got it. Clayton North hits the 3, and it's all of a sudden a 7-point ball game. It was 14-2, but 5 straight here from the Warriors. 14-7 your score. Here's Ruggles. Ruggles drives, kicks it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell to Allmeyer. Allmeyer taking the force 3, and in and out won't go. And the rebound is to Raj Rayburn. Throws it out. It's to Mitchell, and it goes out of bounds. Off of the Warriors. It goes off number 12, Gooden. It'll be Trojan basketball. Diaz and Hermes check back in. Schaefer goes to the bench. They got it. And so does Kohler. Rayburn gets it into Webb. He's back in the ballgame. Ruggles went to the bench. Allmeyer hasn't been out yet. Kicks it off. It's stolen away by North. North up the floor. Kicks it off to Diaz. He lays it up and in. 7 straight for the Warriors. Coming back here. It's 14-9. Trojans with the lead. We got a foul. Clayton North picks up his first. Trojans led it 14-2, but it's been a 7-0 run here for the Warriors. Here's Webb. Webb going inside, has it knocked away, and it's another steal. Here comes Casey, 2-on-1 break. Casey going up against Rayburn, forces the shot, can't get it to go. Kyle Johnson pulls down the rebound. Webb quickly up the floor to Allmeyer. He gets inside, kicks it back to Johnson, but he wasn't ready for it, and it's a steal by the Warriors. Hermes out to Casey, thought about the 3, doesn't take it, goes inside for Diaz. Nice pass over to North. North working inside, working against Kyle Johnson, who's already blocked one of his shots. And Hermes has the ball now. Picked it up there from Gooden. Hermes working up top, gets it off to Casey. Outside, North trying for the second 3 in a row, can't get this one to go. Braxton Mitchell loses the ball, but there's a foul. It's going to be on William Casey. William Casey picks up his first. Team's third. Ruggles checks in. Kyle Johnson will go out for the Trojans. 14-9, a 5-point lead. It's been a 7-0 run by the Warriors. Trojans, after it was tied at 2, they went on a 12-0 run, made it 14-2. But it's been all Warriors since. Here's Ruggles. And almost got it stolen away. Mitchell has it. Back up top to Rayburn. Rayburn going down the left side, kicks it out. Webb wide open 3. Nope. Won't go, but he followed his shot, had the rebound, lost it. Diaz has it for the Warriors. Casey, and knocked away by Webb, and that's going to be the end of the first period. 14-9, Trojans lead it after 1. Take a break and be back here with quarter number 2 on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Problems with how your vehicle drives? Take it to Doyle Auto Repair, the area's alignment and suspension specialist. From the simple tire and oil change service to the most complex automotive diagnosis, you can rely on Doyle Auto Repair of McCook to fix it right. Make your appointment today. Call the professionals at Doyle Auto Repair, 308-345-4233. That's 345-4233. Or drive or tow your woe to Doyle Auto Repair at 105 West 8, McCook. Doyle Auto Repair.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader. It's the HFRSN.
Clipchamp Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Thorne back here with you. End of the first period, Trojans up 14-9. The State Community Hospital, Cross Creek Golf Links, Doyle Auto Repair, Farmers National Company, First Central Bank, Go Light, Hitchin Hay Public Transit, Honeyman Custom Harvesting, Jimmy John's, and Corporate Seed for bringing you tonight's ball game. Also via our wireless, Waypoint Bank of Cambridge, Webb's Oilfield Service, Western Select, Genetics, Lance Shiflett. Cambridge Trojans leading the Arapahoe Warriors 14-9 after one. Trojans have the ball going left to right. We're here at Dale Show and Fish Court in Cambridge. Getting ready to start quarter two. Rayburn, Webb, Allmeyer, Miller, Ruggles out there. Kohler, Hermes, Diaz, Casey, and Schaefer out there. Both teams with their starters. Here's Ruggles back up top of Webb. Right side it comes to Allmeyer. Allmeyer working around, drives inside, kicks it back out to Miller. Miller up top to Ruggles. Now to Webb. Left side it goes Rayburn. Rayburn takes a three, misses it. Allmeyer with the rebound, lost it, now he's fouled. Foul is on Christopher Hermes, his second. Second foul on Hermes. Box set for the Trojans. Webb to inbound it. And he's going to try to get it in. They've been getting it into Ruggles. They can't, though. Allmeyer down in the corner is going to drive baseline. Kicks around, skips it out for Webb, but it's stolen away by Hermes. Back to Casey. Here come the Warriors now. Casey on the left wing. Driving in, kicks it out to Hermes. Skip pass back inside to Kohler. Over to Diaz. It goes off his hand and out of bounds. A little bit too high for Alex Diaz. Arapahoe had a great football season. And you heard Coach Shepard say this is a bunch of football players playing basketball, and they're big, strong, and athletic. Maybe not the best basketball players, but great athletes. Here's Webb, right side up high. Back to Rayburn on the left, back to Webb. And a little skip to go down to Allmeyer in the corner. He drives back in, it's knocked away, and it goes out of bounds. So Trojans have not scored since they were up 14-2. We're a minute gone here in the second period. And about the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of that first quarter without scoring. Here's Rayburn for three, trying to break the ice. It's in and out, won't go. Rebound Casey over the top of Ruggles. And knocked away by Allmeyer. Allmeyer, we got a foul here on Diaz. It's going to be his first. Team's second here in the second period. Trojan just with one foul called on him so far. And here comes Webb with it. Back down the corner, Allmeyer. Back up top to Webb. Webb going to drive. Spin move. Looking around. Kicks it off to Rayburn. Rayburn down to 19 on the shot clock. Three from Webb. It's off the front of the rim. Misses it. Rayburn with the rebound. Out to Allmeyer. Wide open three. Can't get it to go. And Ruggles fights for the rebound. Has it. Saves it. And it goes off his hands. And now here comes Kohler down the lane. Going to lay it up and in. Easiest basket he'll have in his life. 14-11, now a three-point game. It's a 9-0 run for the Warriors. Webb off to Rayburn. Down the corner, Allmeyer. Allmeyer working back up top, gets it to Webb. Right side it comes to Ruggles. Ruggles off to Allmeyer, top of the key. Back to Rayburn. Rayburn drives inside, has the ball knocked away. Webb will run it down. 8 on the shot clock. Webb has it knocked away by Kohler. Kohler going down the right side of the lane. Going to work back, and Ruggles blocks it. Should have went down the right side. He had Ruggles where he wanted him. Tried to come back, and Ruggles says, nope, not in my house tonight. Ruggles blocks it. 5:37 left in the first half, 14-11. Trojans up 3, and here's a shot from Schaefer, and he has a basket. He's got 4, and it's a one-point ball game, 14-13. An 11-0 run for the Warriors. Ruggles back up top, Allmeyer. Down the corner, Rayburn. He's going to drive inside, lays it up. Schaefer fouls him. We talked about this with both coaches. This is a rivalry game. You throw the records out the window, this game always comes down to the wire. The Trojans went up big early, 14-2. They went on a 12-0 run when it was tied at 2, but it's been all Warriors since, so they're on an 11-0 run. And Rayburn misses the first free throw. They cannot hit anything right now. They're 0 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Sean Pauley checks into the ball game. Braden Miller goes out. Braxton Mitchell back in. Brady Allmeyer will take his first break of the game. So Rayburn at the free throw line. Second one is short. And the rebound, and it picked up by the Warriors. So down the floor they come. Here's Hermes with it. Working up top, and he traveled. He went to throw it to Casey, bobbled the ball, and came back down with it after he jumped up. That's why you jump stop, Kevin Martin would say. Here's Webb off to Rayburn, left side. Back up top it comes Ruggles. Ruggles back to Rayburn. Rayburn kicks it down to Mitchell in the corner. Back up top, Webb on the top of the key. Gets it back to Pauley, back out to Rayburn. He's going to try to drive. Lays it up off the glass. It won't go. Rebound Hermes. Not a smart shot there by Rayburn. Here's Diaz, right wing. Going to take the three, trying to give the Warriors a lead. For the first time, they can't get it. Schaefer with the rebound. Throws it out. Mitchell knocked it away, but Schaefer got it right back. Into Kohler at the free throw line. Back out to Diaz. The lefty drives, puts up a floater. Warriors have the lead. Diaz makes it 15-14. They're on a 13-0 run. Trojans have not scored since there was 2 minutes left in the opening period. Here's Webb trying to get it in. Three, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Schaefer. It has been almost 6 minutes since the Trojans have scored. They were up 14-2 the last time they scored. They're down 15-14. Casey off to Hermes, inside to Schaefer. Backdoor pass inside to Diaz, and he hits it again. Timeout by Coach Shepard. Let's take one with him. 15-0 run by the Warriors. They lead at 17-14. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
First Central Bank.
There are many reasons why people bank at First Central Bank. It could be because of our First Link online banking, the variety of accounts we offer, or it's the hometown service you get from us at First Central Bank. Come by and discover why so many trust First Central Bank as their financial partner. First Central Bank, member FDIC.
Listen online at 1021kzmc.com and on the 1021 KZMC mobile app.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. The Warriors on a 15-0 run. The Trojans led at 14-2. It is now 17-14. Arapahoe with a 3-point lead. Alex Diaz has 6 points for them, leading them in scoring. He's scored the last 4. Rayburn, Allmeyer, yeah, but Ruggles is out there. Johnson and Mitchell out there for the Trojans. Kohler, North, Gooden, Schaefer, and Casey out there for the Warriors. Here's Rayburn off to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Ruggles, left side up high. Thought about the three, doesn't take it, gets it off to Allmeyer. Allmeyer back to Ruggles, down the corner. Rayburn, wide open three. Can't get it to go, it's off the rim. Left it short. Schaefer gets the rebound and a chance for the Warriors to extend this run. Casey working against Mitchell. Goes inside for Schaefer. Schaefer working against Johnson. Backdoor pass inside to North. His shot's way too hard. Ruggles with the rebound on the air ball. Up the floor comes Mitchell. Down inside. He's got to be expecting that pass. That was a good patch from Ruggles. Here's Schaefer with it. Casey. 17-14 Warriors up by 3. 3:10 left in the first half. Trojans have not scored since 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Inside Schaefer can't hang on the ball. That went off of Schaefer, and they're going to say that somebody reached around from behind, and Coach Shepard is not happy with this call. He's like, how did, because Schaefer's the only one that touched it. There was nobody from Cambridge even there. And they're going to try to get it in. Here's a steal. And now they're going to say Ruggles was standing out of bounds when he touched the ball. Three fouls called against the Warriors, none by the Trojans here in the second period. But it's been all Warriors here in the second. They get it in. Here's North for three, wide open, top of the key, can't get it to go. Johnson pulls down the rebound. Out to Ruggles. Down the floor comes Mitchell. Back up top to Ruggles. Ruggles off to Rayburn. Back to Ruggles. Takes the three. Got it. Creighton Ruggles finally breaks the ice for the Trojans. We're tied at 17. Ruggles with his second three of the night. He's got 6. Casey works to the right side up high, now on the wing. Back up top it comes to North, left side. This is Gooden. He drives in, short corner shots in and out, won't go. Johnson with another rebound. He's got 4 rebounds tonight. Doesn't play a lot of varsity, but he is tonight. Here's Ruggles for another 3. It's short. Rebound comes down to Schaefer. Might have forced that one a little bit. Casey wasn't really in a rhythm. Casey drives over the top of Johnson, won't go. Rayburn has the rebound. Kicks it out to Ruggles. Ruggles quickly up the floor. Out to Allmeyer. Allmeyer for 3. Won't get it to go. Rebound by Rayburn. Rayburn skips it back up to Ruggles. Ruggles off to Rayburn. Left side up high. He's going to drive, and he is tripped and fouled. It's going to be, I don't know if this is on North or Kohler. Foul is on North, his second. Number 2 checking in the ballgame. That's Hayden Seach. Also number 4, Alex Diaz. And number 11, Christopher Hermes back into the ballgame. They join Schaefer and Casey. Those two have not been out of the game yet. Here's Mitchell. Left side up high. Going to come over. Gets it to Allmeyer on the right. Allmeyer drives. Little floater to the basket. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Casey. Tied up at 17 with 1:45 left here. Trojans have only scored 3 points in the last about 9 minutes. Inside it goes Schaefer. Knocked away by Johnson. They're going to call a foul on Johnson. So Diaz to inbound it. Going to get it in up top. This is Hermes. Hermes working against Allmeyer. Man-to-man defense now from the Trojans. They get it back out to Diaz. Diaz guarded by Rayburn. Kicks it back out to Casey. Casey trying to go right side. Lays it up. Won't go. Rebound. Casey gets it back. And he's working against Rayburn now. Looking around, trying to get it into... And they got an offensive foul here against Arapahoe. Foul is on number 22, Will Casey, his second. That is the team's 5th. Offensive foul, though. Trojans don't shoot free throws, but they will after this on non-offensive fouls like that. Called Casey for throwing the elbow. Here's Rayburn. Working against Diaz. Loses the ball. Picks it up. Gets it to Webb. Webb. Spin move. Kicks it back out. Ruggles. Wide open 3. Rolls around. Won't go. And we got a foul here. I think this is on Kyle Johnson. Johnson picks up his second. Gavin Gunderson's going to check into the ball game for Johnson. Gunderson, the only senior on the team for the Trojans. We'll have him and Emery Tomlin coming up after this ball game tonight. Tomlin finished her career here as a Trojan on her home floor. She has games coming up, but they're all away. And they got a win tonight. Here's Hermes. Back up top, Casey. Working against Allmeyer. Back up top, it comes to Hermes. Right side, Diaz inside. Wide open, Kohler puts it up and in, and he's fouled. Foul is on Gunderson. Braden Miller will check back into the ball game. And in comes number 12, Gage Gooden. He'll come in for Casey. 19-17, Warriors with the lead. 41 seconds left here in the first half. Trojans led at 14-2. They've been outscored 17-3 since that point. And Kohler going to try to make it 18. His free throw is in. Nothing but net. He shoots 55% from the free throw line for the season. Warriors up 3. Webb off to Ruggles. Ruggles got away with the travel. Works around, kicks it out to Allmeyer. Back up top to Ruggles. Over to Rayburn, left side up high. Skip pass back to Ruggles in the corner. Wide open 3, missed it. Rebound, Rayburn out to Webb. Back up top, Allmeyer trying to tie the ball game. Won't go. Webb with the rebound. Back out to Allmeyer, threw it away. Man, Allmeyer's wide open. You got to take your time and throw good passes, gentlemen. Casey checks back in for the Warriors. And Gooden will go out. 20-17. It is all Warriors right now. 14.8 left here in the first half. Here's Casey working against Ruggles. Tries to go right. Ruggles riding him. Gets down to the block. Shoots over the top of him. Short. Rebound comes down. It's picked up by Diaz. His left-handed shot won't go. And they're going to call a foul here on Allmeyer. Allmeyer picks up his second. And Webb's talking to the referee now. Want to know why he didn't get a foul down here when he got the rebound. Diaz misses the first. It's the first miss from the charity stripe for the Warriors tonight. Just their second one taken, though, too. So Grayson Kohler hit his on the end one. Tried to make it a 4-point lead with 1 second left here in the second half, and he misses it. Rebound Ruggles. He's got to put it up and just misses the front of the rim. 20-17. It's all Warriors after the 14-2 lead. We'll take a break. We will be back with your Hoegemeyer Seeds halftime show. Coach Kalen Hollander coming up after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
Cope Family Dentistry is now Medicine Creek Family Dentistry. Call Medicine Creek Family Dentistry in Cambridge to book appointments with Dr. Dean Cope or Dr. Lindsay White. Medicine Creek Family Dentistry is still in the same location, same kind and caring faces, and same great quality service. Their phone number is the same too, 308-697-3736. That's 308-697-3736. Cope Family Dentistry is now Medicine Creek Family Dentistry in Cambridge.
When you think internet, think Pinpoint. For fiber to the home, think Pinpoint. When you want streaming backed by quality internet, think Pinpoint. Pinpoint Communications has the tools to keep you happy while streaming, gaming, video chatting, working from home, and more. Look, when you want faster speed for an affordable investment, think Pinpoint. Pinpoint Communications, online at pnpt.com.
You don't have to wait in line for your prescription and over-the-counter medications. Stop by Mark's Pharmacy in Cambridge today, and you'll see the difference. Whether you have a new prescription, need a refill, or would like to transfer your prescription, you will be in and out in minutes with your prescription in hand and your mind at ease. We also offer free daily deliveries to many local areas. If you would like more information about how Mark's Pharmacy can save you time and money, feel free to give us a call at 697-3400. Mark's Pharmacy in Cambridge. Like us on Facebook today.
Can you feel it? The feeling of starting something new. The feeling of success. At Mid-Plains Community College, our instructors are ready and willing to support you on every step of your educational journey. Whether you're just starting out or changing careers, MPCC can help you transform your future. Learn more by visiting our website at npcc.edu. That's npcc.edu.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you live from Dale Show and Fish Court here in Cambridge, Nebraska. And this is your halftime show. This is your Hoegemeyer Seeds halftime show. It's 20-17. Arapahoe with a surprising lead after the Trojans jumped out 14-2. It's been all Warriors since then. They have outscored the Trojans 18-3 since that point. That's boys action. Let's talk a little girls basketball. I'm Trent Florin, joined now by Cambridge Trojan head coach Kalen Hollander. You said the other night you wanted a revenge game. You were still a little little hurt from that first loss to the Warriors. They beat you 52-30, and you came back and got the win tonight.
Yes, we definitely got our revenge tonight. It was so nice to get that W and actually see the girls play well.
Yes, and everybody played well tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a little struggle there in the second quarter where you got to, we're in a hurry, let's throw the ball. And where was somebody out? They were supposed to be there, but they're not. So, but after that, you settled down. You got outscored in that second quarter, 13-10, but that was the only quarter you got outscored in tonight.
Yeah, we made some adjustments and talked about that at the halftime, how we just had to settle down and, we just got to go back to what was working and remember that. And when we get tired, we just kind of get sloppy. I mean, most teams do. But I felt like we came back out of half really strong and we finished the game strong. Well,
Mallory Springer, 12 points tonight, 2 threes for her. Finally shooting from the outside, and she hits them. I mean, she hit 2 or 3 tonight, so not the 18 points, 16 points she's been getting, but there was a reason for that.
Yeah. Even though she didn't, have like these big numbers like you said, but I felt like, Aspen came around and shot really well tonight. Brooklyn did really well. Everyone did what they needed to do and showed up and did what their jobs were tonight.
Yeah, Aspen broke out of her shell. She's hit some threes tonight. She had 12 points for you guys. Hit 1 or 2 at the end of the free throw line. It was good to see her finally hit some shots.
Yes, I totally agree. She's been struggling, and we've been working on that in practice. So it was really nice for her to hit more than one tonight and just have that confidence when she shot.
And then also Elizabeth Kubik added 8 or 9 points tonight. She finally broke out of her shot. Didn't foul out of the ball game. It's amazing what happens when you stay on the floor.
Yes, and I love how aggressive she is when she plays. And, sometimes I tell her whenever she gets those 2, I was like, you got to quit, going after the ball sometimes. You got to be smart. And she gets mad at me, but we make it work. But there's a lot of times she would come in and tie it up whenever no one was expecting we get the ball back. There was huge moments from her tonight.
Somebody else that's been struggling, especially from the free throw line, Chloe Gooden. She's playing against her old team, transferred here this year from Arapahoe. She gets to the free throw line late fourth quarter, 2-point lead, and hits both free throws. Shooting, she's down to 43% on the season. She was at 70% early in the year, has really struggled the last few games, but hit one that clutched tonight.
Yes, that was huge for Chloe. 1, for confidence, and 2, just to kind of rub it back into Arapahoe's face for her. I know that always feels good for whenever you transfer from there. Like, yeah, I can do this. That was huge for her, hitting them when we needed to take that 4-point lead, so we didn't have to, freak out.
Yeah, and you also held Arapahoe to 4 points in the third quarter. That's a high-scoring team right there. I mean, they average around 50-some points a game, and you held a team like that to 4 points in a quarter.
I thought the girls did a really good job tonight, especially towards the end. Getting into a stance and getting her hands up was huge, and then also boxing out and getting rebounds. If we can't get those boards, we struggle.
Yeah, and I thought you did a really good job getting the boards tonight.
And I totally agree, and then just being strong with the ball. There's a couple times the girls were like, well, they're all over us. I was like, guys, you just got to play. You cannot expect a call.
Well, you'd like to say the season gets easier, but it doesn't. Alma Friday night, you got to travel down there. They're having a fantastic season. A lot of good talent on that team, but not a real deep bench. Probably play about as many girls as you do, but talk to us about the Cardinals.
They have been very successful this season. They shoot the ball really well. They pass the ball really well. But you know what? I have all the confidence in these girls to come out and, show up. And if we can play together just like we did tonight, kind of take away some of our silly turnovers, I think we can get them. And they're not going to expect that from us.
Right.
Right. Everyone just kind of thinks, oh, it's just Cambridge this year. They've not done very well, but we're peaking at the right time.
You are. I would agree with that. So, Coach, thanks for coming out and visiting with us. Great win tonight. Let's go get another on Friday night.
All right. Sounds good.
That was Cambridge Trojan head coach Kaylin Hollander. They're on a roll right now. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Get on the road with an auto loan with Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union. We want to be your first stop when buying a vehicle or detour for an already financed vehicle. We offer loans with hard-to-beat interest rates that truly takes you places. Don't just love your car, but love the payments too. Apply on our website at MidwestLibertyFCU.org or zoom into Midwest Liberty, where you belong.
You belong.
You know what happens when a local seed company demands that their focus be on customer service? A lifelong partnership that does what's best for your field and your operation. Western Select Genetics of Cambridge is a new seed company, but you know Lance Shiflett as someone whose focus is customer service, local agriculture experience, and knowledge to the seed industry with his constant focus on the premium care of your success. Call or text Lance Shiflett today, 340-6103, 340-6103.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader is the HFRSN.
Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florham back here with you. 20-17, Arapahoe with the lead over the Trojans. Let's give you the stats for the first half here in Cambridge. First of all, for the Warriors, Alex Diaz with 6 points. He's 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Grayson Kohler with 5. He's 1 of 1 from the charity stripe. Clayton North with 3. William Casey with 2. Eli Schaefer with 4 for the Warriors. 1 of 3 from the charity stripe in the first half, 33%. Foul-wise, you have Diaz and Schaefer with 1. Casey, North, and Hermes with 2 for the Warriors. Trojans, Creighton Ruggles with 6. Brady Allmeyer with 6. And 5 for Hodge Rayburn. Just 3 Trojans scoring. Maverick Webb didn't score. He went 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Hodge Rayburn also 0 of 2. The Trojans go 0 of 4 in the first half. And 0%. Foul-wise, you have Gavin Gunderson with 1. Allmeyer and Kyle Johnson have 2 for the Trojans. Camers led at 14-9 after the first period. In fact, they were up 14-2 at one point. It was 11-3 Warriors there in the second period. And they have the lead now, 20-17 here at halftime. This is your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show. And it will be Arapahoe basketball to start the third period. And have a chance to extend their lead here. The Trojans got to do a better job getting on the board and better job shooting. They got to have somebody attack. Right now they're just shooting threes and nobody's attacking, and that's been what's helped them get to the threes, is to be able to drive and attack, and nobody's been able to do that here this evening. So Arapahoe with the basketball. William Casey will bring it up the floor. Across the timeline, gets it off to Diaz on the left wing. Skip back to Casey. Wide open three. It's on the way, and he drills it. So the Warriors go up by 6 behind the 3 from Will Casey to start the fourth period. Here's Ruggles. He drives inside, gets in against Schaefer, throws it away. Maverick Webb is an intended receiver, couldn't catch it. And it's a turnover by the Trojans. Down by 6, 7:38 left here in the third period. Just getting underway. 30 seconds gone out of the third. Here's Schaefer working against Miller. Shots up, won't go. Ruggles with the rebound. Ruggles quickly down the floor. Finds Allmeyer in the corner. Wide open 3. Buries it. Allmeyer answers Casey's 3 with a 3 of his own. Cuts it back to a 3-point game. Here's a steal by Ruggles, but he lost it. In the hands of Alex Diaz. He skips it down. Hermes inside to Kohler. Knocked away from behind by Allmeyer. Allmeyer to Miller. Back to Allmeyer. Down the floor comes Ruggles. Gets inside. Throws it back out, but it's thrown right in the hands of Will Casey. Here's Casey. Right wing. Gets it down to Hermes. 3 on the way. Way too long. Ruggles with the rebound. Ruggles down to Webb. Back up top, Allmeyer. 3 to tie the game. Buries it. Allmeyer hits a big 3. He's got 12. And we're tied at 23 now. Skip pass up here to Hermes. Almost thrown away by Rayburn. And we got a timeout by Coach John Strand. 23 apiece. 6:39 left in the third. Back after this on True Country Radio. 102.1 KZMC.
Farmers National Company is your premier partner in helping you buy or sell land. Whether it's a traditional listing, a live or online auction, simulcast events, and sealed bid offerings, Farmers National Company has you covered. Proudly employee-owned and dedicated to helping you succeed. Choose Farmers National Company for agricultural, residential, and commercial real estate. Call Agent Lori Harding at Farmers National Company today at 308-660-1861. That's 660-1861. Farmers National Company, Lori Harding Real Estate Sales.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Got a barn burner going here in Cambridge, tied up at 23 here in the third period. Trojans went up 14-2 early, then trailed 20-17. Casey hit a 3 right off the bat to start it out for the Warriors. They went up, and then Allmeyer's hit 2 threes to increase the lead here or to tie it up at 23. Here's Casey working against Ruggles. Ruggles Casey working against Ruggles. Skip pass back over to Hermes. Hermes working against Webb. Back to Casey. Casey trying to drive. Ruggles stops him. Miller with the shot fake and can't get it to go. That's Casey with the shot over top of Miller. Allmeyer with the rebound for the Trojans. A chance for them to take the lead back. Here's Webb. Up top. Back to Ruggles. Top of the key. Right side it goes to Rayburn. Rayburn back up top to Allmeyer. He's hit 2 already. Hands it off to Ruggles. Ruggles will drive. Kicks it back out to Rayburn. Rayburn back to Ruggles. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Webb. Back up top to Allmeyer. 6 on the shot clock. 5 back out to Miller. Back to Ruggles. 2 on the shot clock. He forces a 3 up. It goes off the rim. Won't go. Rebound Casey. Casey loses the ball. Schaefer off Schaefer's foot, but Schaefer runs it down. The Trojans would have been paying attention. 2 guys ran right by the ball there. Diaz with it. Gets it off to Casey. Casey trying to work against Ruggles, who drug his pivot foot, and he did travel. Yep. Didn't think they were going to call it, but they do. Tried to stop, drug his pivot foot there. The pink shoes couldn't come to a stop for Mr. Will Casey. 2 or 3 of the Arapahoe players have pink shoes out there, as does Brady Allmeyer. Here's Allmeyer. Right wing 3 on the way. He's hit 2. Make it. No, it's in and out. Won't go. And we got a foul on the Trojans. It's going to be on Miller. Miller picks up his first foul of the third period. The Trojans put on the full court press, 2-2-1 press. They get it into Diaz. Working up, gets to the right side. It's knocked away by Webb, and they're going to call a foul on Webb. Webb picks up his first. So Hermes to inbound it. They'll look to get it into Casey most likely. Casey staying at the top of the key with Ruggles on him. Get it into Diaz in the backcourt. Diaz working against Webb. Comes across the timeline. Works top of the key. Stolen away by Webb, but Webb loses it right back to Diaz. Webb had that. Here's Diaz going down the lane. Floater's on the way. Won't go. Rebound Webb. Up the floor goes Ruggles. It's tipped by Casey, but Ruggles has it. Ruggles will drive. Gets short corner. Skip pass out to Allmeyer. Back up top Webb. And he traveled. Should have just caught and shot because he was standing wide open. Instead, he did a shot fake, and then when he went to pass it to Rayburn, he drug his foot. Tied at 23, 4:50 left here in the third. Warriors with the ball coming left to right. Will Casey working against Webb. Drives down. Gets inside. Shot fake, and then he puts it in. Wow, what a move by Casey. And here comes a warning again by the Warriors. The girls got one. Touching the ball after it comes out of the net. The boys just got theirs. Clayton North and Gage Gooden check in. Hermes and Diaz go to the bench for the Warriors. 25-23, Arapahoe with a 2-point lead. 4:38 left in the third. A lot of time left. Here's Ruggles off to Allmeyer. The lead him wide open, and he buries a 3. Trojans back on top by 1. 15 for Allmeyer. 5 threes for that young man. Here's Casey. Will Casey working to the right side on the wing. Skips it back up top. This is Kohler. Back to Casey on the wing. Casey working against Allmeyer. Going to try to drive. Gets inside. Loses the ball. Ruggles has it for the Trojans. Knocked away by Kohler. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans. Ruggles forgot to secure the ball and was looking up the floor. Webb is coming out, and he's hurt. And Webb suffered a series of injuries this season. Now heading to the locker room, or the alleyway out there. Coach Wood going to follow him. Braxton Mitchell checked in for him. Mitchell off to Ruggles, right wing, down in the corner to Allmeyer. Allmeyer steps back up, gets it to Rayburn. He'll drive, puts a floater up. It won't go. Rebound tipped around. It's picked up by Casey, and now got a foul on Rayburn. Third team foul against the Trojans here in the third. So the Trojans slap the press on here. Casey gets it inbounds to North. Back to Casey. And everybody's dropping out. Didn't stay on that press very long. Casey with the ball. 2-3 defense from the Trojans. Skip pass north, left side up high, guarded by Mitchell. Going to try to make a move. Gets to the top of the key, throws it inside. Schaefer, double team, kicks it back out to North. North will hand it off to Casey. Casey, skip pass over to Gooden. His shot from just inside the three-point line won't go. Whoa, Schaefer or Kohler just pushed Miller two-handed. Schaefer gets the rebound and puts it in. Miller had that, but he was shoved two-handed from behind and no foul called. Here's Allmeyer. Off the right side, Ruggles. Going to drive inside. Kicks it back inside to Miller. Miller up, got the shot. Nice play by Braden Miller. Shot fake, made a move to the left and put it in. 28-27 Trojans. Casey works to the right, gets it off to North in the corner. Inside it goes to Schaefer. Schaefer turns, kicks it back out. Gooden, shots off the bankboard, won't go. Kohler with the rebound, he's fouled by Miller. Nobody boxed out Kohler, and Miller picks up his second foul. They're leaving that middle wide open. Nobody's boxing out in the middle of the lane. Webb getting ready to check back in. Adam Corbelli went out and talked to him. I think it was a jammed finger, and Kohler misses the free throw. He had been 1 of 1 on the night, 55% on the season, so now he's 1 of 2, right at that, about that average. Webb checks in. Braxton Mitchell goes to the bench for the Trojans. Trojans lead it by 1. Chance to tie it up here for Kohler. Free throws on the way. He got it. We're tied at 28. Here comes Webb with it. Webb working up top. Spin move. Skip pass over to Ruggles. Ruggles trying to drive inside. Gets in there, puts it up. It won't go. Rolls off. Casey with the rebound. Ruggles can't hit anything right now. He's getting in there. Great moves, and the shots are there. Just can't finish them off. Here's Schaefer, turnaround jumper. And Kohler with another. Yeah, I was going to say, they finally caught him. He shoved Ruggles that time two-handed. Grayson Kohler picks up his first, team's first. Trojans have 4 here in the third. 2:17 left in the third. We're tied at 28. Ruggles bringing it up the floor for the Trojans. Works to the right side, gets it to Allmeyer on the wing. Back to Webb. His 3 on the way to give the Trojans a lead. Air ball. Rebound Kohler. Kohler gets double teamed, throws it up the floor. This is North. North trying to drive. Gets double teamed. Turns, shoots over the top of Rayburn. Can't get the shot to go. Ruggles with the rebound. Ruggles working up top. Comes to the left side to Webb. Webb back up top to Rayburn. Rayburn takes the 3. Got it! Hodge Rayburn with a huge shot. He's got 8 points. 31-28 Trojans, a minute 37 left here in the third period. Will Casey with the ball. Kicks it off to Gooden. Gooden on the left side up high. Back to Casey, top of the key. Casey working against Webb. Skip pass out to North. He's going to try to drive. Gets inside, shot fake up and won't go. Rebound's tipped around. It's picked up by Gooden. Gooden has it knocked away by Allmeyer. North has it. And he's going to be a foul here. I think this is on Allmeyer. And it is, and that's Allmeyer's third. And that puts Clayton North to the free throw line. He's shooting 30% on the season, just 6 of 20. Go Light, Hitchin A Public Transit, Honeyman Custom Harvesting, Jimmy John's Corporate Seed, Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, MNB Bank, Mark's Pharmacy and Shirley K's Coffee Shop, McCook Lettering, and Medicine Creek Family Dentistry bringing you tonight's ball game. North misses the first. So remains at a 3-point lead with a minute 13 left in the third. Trojans up by 3. Mid-Plains Community College, Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union, Parker Hannafin, Pinpoint Communications, River Valley Services, Viera Wireless, Waypoint Bank of Cambridge, Webb's Oil Field Service, and Western Select Genetics, Lance Shiflett, bringing you the ball game. Alex Diaz back in, as is Hayden Seach. And the second one is missed by North. Rebound Ruggles. He gets it off to Rayburn. Hitting near the minute mark here of the third. Down to Webb. Webb didn't take the shot. Drives baseline. Skip pass inside to Miller. It's tucked away by Will Casey into the hands of Alex Diaz. That was not a smart play there by Webb. Inside, Schaefer kicks it out to North. North to Hayden Seach. Skip pass back out to Diaz. Diaz tries to drive. It's knocked away by Webb, but Diaz gets it back. Now in the hands of Will Casey. 18 on the shot clock, 37 on the game clock. Casey kicks it out to Diaz. Diaz hands it back. I hope he didn't give it back. Casey goes inside. Turnaround jumper by Seach is in. Hayden Seach with his first basket of the ball game. 1-point game, 31-30. Here's Webb. Back up top to Ruggles. Ruggles to Rayburn. Rayburn driving, gets inside, shots up and in, and he's fouled. Foul is going to be on Schaefer. That's his second foul. Team's second here in the third period. Trojans go up 3. With Rayburn a chance to extend the lead. Kyle Johnson into the ball game. Braden Miller goes out. Braxton Mitchell's going to check in. Brady Allmeyer will go out. He's grabbing that right shin. He's got a sleeve on it already. He's going to go try to walk it off in the hallway. Nope, he's just getting his water bottle. So Rayburn with a chance to give the Trojans a 4-point lead with 16 seconds left in the third. It's on the way, and he does it. Rayburn with 11, just behind Allmeyer with 15. Here comes Casey. Across the timeline. Warriors down 4 with the ball, coming right to left, or left to right. Casey working against Ruggles. Skip pass back up to Diaz. Diaz working around, gets it inside to Seach. Jumper up and in. Wow. At the buzzer. I don't know how he made that. 34-32. Trojans lead it by 2 after 3. Fourth quarter coming up right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Honeyman Custom Chopping does more than just silage work, such as chopping, bagging, and packing. They do that very well, but Honeyman also specializes in swathing, merging, manure hauling, and grain hauling. Call Honeyman Custom Chopping today for a conversation about pricing and availability for your operation. Call 737-9159. That's 308-737-9159. And see their Facebook page to see some of their work. Honeyman Custom Chopping of Indianola, 308-737-9159.
Local sports on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Well, if you're looking at the Facebook page or the Twitter page for our radio station, it was not 200-17 at halftime. I hit one too many zeros there. It was 20-17 Warriors. Trojans lead it after 3 now, 34-32. Trojans led it after the first quarter, 14-9. Were outscored 11-3 in the second to make it 20-17. They outscored the Warriors there 17-12 in the third period, and they have a 2-point lead now. 34-32. So Braxton Mitchell, Hodge Rayburn, Brady Allmeyer, Creighton Ruggles, Braden Miller on the floor for the Trojans. And it's into Miller, or Allmeyer. Allmeyer turns around, shoots from the free throw line, it rolls in and out and it can't go. Casey with the rebound for the Warriors. They have Diaz, Kohler, Seach, and Hermes out there for them. Casey guarded by Ruggles, almost got the steal. And now a knock away by Ruggles. It goes out of bounds. So Casey inbound. It gets it into Diaz. Nowhere near as rough as the girls' game was here. Diaz almost has it knocked away by Allmeyer. Gets the root back. Kohler goes inside, throws it back up. We got a foul on the Trojans. Be the first foul of the fourth quarter. Hodge Rayburn picks up his second. Diaz tried to get it in. Going to get it in the backside to Seach. Shot fake, shot up and in. Boy, Hodge, you got to stay on your feet. You're not a shot blocker. Tied up at 34. Hodge Rayburn with the ball. Comes back to Ruggles. Back to Allmeyer. Allmeyer, skip pass. Up top, it's knocked away. Tried to get it to Mitchell, and it's going to be a foul on Mitchell here. He knocked the ball away from Hermes, so they're going to call a foul on Mitchell. It's going to be his first. Mitchell's got to come to that, but I don't know where Allmeyer was throwing it to begin with. So the team's second foul, the Warriors were done, and they only had 2 fouls called on them in the third period. Diaz trying to get it in, gets it into Hermes. Oh, back to Casey, and he wasn't back across the timeline. Over and back here against the Warriors, and it's Trojan basketball. It's the second time tonight that Diaz has done that. Tried to get it to Casey, and he wasn't back across the timeline. Rayburn, top of the key, working against Kohler. Goes right side to Mitchell. The freshman comes back up top to Rayburn. Left side, Allmeyer. He's going to drive. Gets it back to Rayburn. Wide open three. Got it. Hodge Rayburn with 14. He's one behind. Allmeyer's got 15. 37-34 Trojans. Here's Diaz. Right side on the wing. Wanted to get it to Casey. He takes off. Casey's got it now. Working against Ruggles. Casey trying to drive. Kicks it back inside to Seach. Seach back out to Casey. 3 on the way to tie the ball game. Won't go. And it's going to hit the strap up there. It's going to hit actually the time clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Oh, they got a foul. Kohler is going to get caught for the two-handed shove once again. Webb checks back into the ball game. Braxton Mitchell will go out. I didn't see Kohler do the shove that time, but the referee did. Eli Schaefer checks in. Grayson Kohler to the bench for the for the Warriors, excuse me. Trojans are going to take a timeout, a 30-second one, 37-34. They lead it, 6:25 left in the game. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZ.
Amateurs Bar and Grill in Cambridge has an excellent selection of all your favorite foods. From burgers to pizza, you'll be able to find something that satisfies your taste buds. Bring out your entire family or challenge your buddies to a friendly game of pool while throwing back some cold ones. Keep your eye out for daily lunch and dinner specials. Amateurs Bar and Grill, 602 Paxton Street in Cambridge. Or give them a call at 697-4808.
Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Back here with you. We're live here in Cambridge, Dell Show and Fish Court. Home of the Trojans. They lead at 37-34. Was up at 14-2 at one time. Probably feel lucky to lead it by 3 right now. Here's Rayburn. Working left side up high. Gets a screen. Drives down the right side. Kicks it out to Allmeyer. Corner 3 on the way. Got it! Brady Allmeyer with 18. 40-34, 6-point lead for the Trojans. Here's Diaz. Across the timeline. Going to hand it off to Casey. Bobbled it, but he gets it right back. Goes inside. This is Schaefer. Working against Miller. Pushes his way around and got the basket. Woo. Hooked himself in there. Not supposed to be able to do that. Rayburn back to Allmeyer, down the corner. Webb back to Allmeyer. Inside Miller. Turnaround jumper won't go. Kind of hit them 2-foot shots at this point. 40-36 Trojans. Here's Casey inside. Spin move. Wow. Sometimes you throw up a prayer and it's answered. 40-38, back to a 2-point game. 5.5 left in the game. Rayburn off to Webb on the left wing. Back up top to Rayburn. Skip past Allmeyer. Allmeyer back to Webb, down to Rayburn in the corner. Rayburn back to Webb. Up top it goes to Ruggles. Ruggles back to Rayburn. Rayburn's going to drive. Gets inside. And no foul called here. They're going to call this out of bounds off Casey. And it's Trojan basketball underneath their own basket. Going to get it into Miller. He lays it up off the glass and in. Nice move by Braden Miller. He doesn't miss this one. 42-38, back to a 4-point lead. 5 minutes left in the game. Warriors with the ball, down 4. Diaz off to Hermes on the left wing. Back to Diaz in the corner. Diaz looking around, trying to find Hayden Seach. Can't get it, gets it to Will Casey on the skip pass on the right wing. Casey working against Ruggles. Skip pass back inside to Schaefer. Bank shot won't go. And Rayburn tips it out, but it goes right to Schaefer. Skip pass inside to Seach. He's blocked by Rayburn. They're going to call a foul on Rayburn. Hodge picks up his third. 4:36 left in the game. Hayden Seach at the free throw line, shooting 40% on the season, just 2 of 5. He hasn't played in a lot of games. He was hurt early. Just getting back into basketball. He's only played like 7 games so far. And Seach misses the first one. Now the Trojans got a box out. They have not done a very good job of that tonight, even on the free throw lane. Seach with the second one now, down by 4. Shots on the way. He misses it. Rebound Ruggles. Ruggles up to Allmeyer. He'll bring it across the timeline. Back to Ruggles, top of the key. He shot fakes, drives inside, kicks it back out to Rayburn. Top of the key, and we got a foul inside. Hayden Seach picks up his first, team's second. Checking in the ball game's Grayson Kohler. He'll come in for Hayden Seach. And Webb to get it in. Gets it into Rayburn. Back to Webb. Webb didn't shoot it. Shot fake back out to Rayburn. He'll drive inside. Gets in against Schaefer. Shots up. Won't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. That foul is on number 11, Christopher Hermes, his third. So both teams have three here in the fourth quarter, 42-38. Rayburn at the free throw line trying to extend the lead. He's 1 of 3 on the night. Shooting 62% on the year. Hits the first one, 15 for him. Let's thank Runs of Samway Floor Covered and Furniture, Subway, Taco John's, and Tri-Valley Health System for bringing you tonight's ball game. Diaz goes to the bench, and Gage Gooden checks back in. Clayton North also back in. Rayburn hits them both. He's got 16. Timeout by the Trojans. We'll take one with them. 44-38. Trojans up by 6. 4:18 left in the game. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Reclaim your strength with Cambridge Rehab and Fitness. Their goal is to be the best local experts in the field of rehab and fitness that delivers really good results. Everyone is welcome, valued, and cared for by Cambridge Rehab and Fitness. Whether you're recovering from an injury, looking to improve your fitness, or wanting to reach new goals, they've got the perfect program. Let their skilled therapists and trainers create personalized plans to support your recovery and boost your fitness all in one place. Call now to schedule an appointment at 697-4211 or stop in to learn more. Cambridge Rehab and Fitness in downtown Cambridge.
Local sports on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Arapahoe with the basketball coming left to right across your radio dial. Had to go length of the floor. They're down 44-38. 4:15 left in the game. Trojans playing man-to-man. Gooden guarded by Allmeyer. Trying to get it off, and it's knocked away by Webb. It goes in the backcourt. Picked up by North. North working up top against Webb. Webb knocks it away again. Can he get to this one? He does. It's on the floor, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Shepard. Probably shouldn't have done that because he had Miller coming up. He would have had an easy layup. 44-38, Trojans by 6. 3:57 left in the game. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Affordable transportation for everyone.
We're your ride to the doctor, shopping, or work. Just about anywhere. From 8 to 5 Monday through Friday in southwest Nebraska. We can even get you to Kearney or Grand Island. Call 308-276-2182 the day before to reserve your spot.
Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Hitch and Hay Public Transit.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
EMC, Trent Floor back here with you. Live in Cambridge. Let's thank Amateurs Bar and Grill, Arapahoe Rehab and Fitness, Auctioneer Justin Bonshaw, Bryony Truck and Trailer, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, Community Hospital, Cross Creek Golf Links, Doyle Auto Repair, Farmers National Company, and First Central Bank for bringing you tonight's ball game. 44-38 Trojans. 3:53 left in the game. Rayburn drives, kicks it out to Allmeyer. Wide open three. Won't go, but he's fouled. Clayton North knocks him to the floor, and Allmeyer will go to the line to shoot three. And, boy, if you're a Arapahoe fan, you do not want to see Brady Allmeyer at the free throw line. 87% on the season, 33 of 38. Up by 6 and a chance to extend it. Let's thank Go Light, Hitch and Hay Public Transit, Honeyman Custom Harvesting, Jimmy John's, Corporate Seeds for bringing you the game. Allmeyer hits the first one. He's got 19, looking to make it 20 here. Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, M&B Bank, Mark's Pharmacy, Case Coffee Shop, McCook Lettering at Medicine Creek Family Dentistry brings you the game. Allmeyer hits 2. Mid-Plains Community College, Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union, Parker Hannafin, Pinpoint Communications, River Valley Services, also part of our broadcast team. And Allmeyer hits all 3. Just 5 misses from the charity stripe for him on the season. He shot over 40 free throws. Up by 9 now are the Trojans, 47-38. Here's Casey inside to Kohler. Knocked away. North picks it up, and they're going to call a foul on Webb here. As they bodied him out of bounds. Coach Hollander probably looking out there and going, we had a few of those in our girls' game. Don't forget, coming up after the ball game, we'll have Gavin Gunderson, Emery Tomrin coming up to visit with us, our two seniors for the Trojans, and we'll also have Coach Clay Shepard with us after this ball game. Here is Schaefer down low, working against Miller at the block. Spin move. And can't get anywhere now. Comes back around, hands it off to Casey. Casey trying to go somewhere, dribbled out of bounds, but he didn't. And now we might have a technical. Woo, Casey threw the ball, and the referee wasn't ready for it, and could have caught it in the face, and Coach Shepard. And we got somebody bleeding. I think it's on it's got some blood on Brady Allmeyer's uniform. So he's going to have to come out of the ballgame. We're going to go get him a pair of shorts. And they're going to send Jake Rasmussen into the hallway, and Allmeyer go put on a pair of shorts here real quick. So when you have blood on the uniform, you got to change the uniform. You got to come out. So somebody on Arapahoe is bleeding. We don't know who, though. Allmeyer. Those shorts are a little big on Mr. Brady Allmeyer. Jake Rasmussen a lot bigger than Brady Allmeyer is, and we'll see if he can keep him up. He's rolling him up. Arapahoe fans wanted him to have to come out of the ball game. That's not the case. You just got to change the uniform. There's Rayburn. Left side it comes to Allmeyer. Back up top, Rayburn. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Shot fake, drives down the lane, gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Let's see who this is on. Ooh, they're calling that a Schaefer. I thought Schaefer's playing pretty good defense right there. So team fifth, Trojans have 4. We're going to shoot free throws on every foul now. 3:15 left in the ball game. And Rayburn misses the first one. Let's thank Viera Wireless, Waypoint Bank of Cambridge, Webb's Oilfield Service, Western Select Genetics, Lance Shiflett for bringing you tonight's ball game. And Rayburn can't get either one of them. So the Warriors still alive. 3:10 left in the game. 47-30. Here's a steal by Allmeyer. Allmeyer down the right side of the lane, lays it up, and is blocked by Casey, and that should have been goaltending. Now we got a foul on Rayburn. Casey took that off the rim. It was after it hit the bank board. They called this foul on Miller, actually. Nope. It is on Rayburn. It's his 4th. So up by 9. Now Rayburn's got to be careful not to get that 5th foul. Of course, they do have a good bench. They have Braxton Mitchell, Sean Pauley, Gavin Gunderson. Kyle Johnson's played a lot tonight. And Kohler misses the first one. He is 2 of 4 right now from the charity stripe. North will go out. Alex Diaz checks in. Christopher Hermes back in, and Gooden goes to the bench for the Warriors also. Rayburn comes out. Braxton Mitchell checks in. Kohler, second one on the way. It's short, off the front of the rim. Rebound Miller. Kicks it out to Allmeyer. Webb, back to Allmeyer, top of the key. Works left side, gets it off to Mitchell. Mitchell back up top to Webb. Back to Ruggles, left wing. Ruggles trying to drive against Diaz. Let's get pass up to Allmeyer. Allmeyer back to Mitchell, left side up high, down to Ruggles in the corner. Back to Mitchell. Webb, reverse it to Allmeyer. 3 on the way. No, too hard. Rebound Diaz for the Warriors. 2:30 left in the game. Trojans up 9, 47-38. Diaz, top of the key. Left side it goes to Kohler. Warriors with the ball. Gets it off to Schaefer on the inside. A nice pass inside to Casey, and he comes down with it, and he traveled. Great defense by Creighton Ruggles. Casey came around. Ruggles got up in his face, went right up with him, and Casey came down with the ball. So a travel on the Warriors, and it's Trojan basketball. So Webb to inbound it. Gets it into Allmeyer. Right back to Webb, and here come the Trojans. Kohler playing the top of the defense here on the zone. Ruggles has it. Loses it. It's going to be picked up by Webb. They got to get it across the timeline. They do. And the Warriors want a 10-second call here. And they're going to get the referees together. Did he get across before the time elapsed? He did get across the timeline, but was it before the 10 or not? And they're going to call a 10-second call here. Coach Shepard not really arguing, so he must have thought it was the right call. But he thinks it's the wrong call. He lets you know. But usually pretty level-headed. They get it in to the Warriors. This is Hermes with it. And he's going to stand and hold the ball. The Warriors, the Trojans let him hold the ball all night. 47-38, Trojans lead it. 1:58 left in the game. Here's Hermes trying to drive against Allmeyer. Steps up, throws it to Diaz. It's knocked away by Mitchell. And we got a foul here on Kohler. Kohler picks up his third. Braxton Mitchell, 80% on the season, to the free throw line, the freshman, with the chance to help the Trojans wrap this one up. So Mitchell at the free throw line. 47-38 your score. The freshman puts it up and he misses it. This is his second miss of the season. Can he get this one? Chance to put the Trojans up by 10. 1:50 left in the game. 47-38 your score. Mitchell misses them. Misses both. And a lot of pressure there for a freshman. He missed them. Trojans still up by 9. 1:44 left. Hodge Rayburn getting ready to check back in with his 4 fouls. Here goes Casey, trying to drive baseline. Throws it back up top, knocked away by Webb, and Kohler picks it up. Tips it out to Schaefer. Schaefer down to Casey. Short corner shots on the way. He missed it. Rebound. Schaefer has it taken away from Miller. Here's Casey. Almost taken away by Webb. Casey drives down the right side out to Diaz. Diaz, the lefty, working against Maverick Webb. Comes back up top. It's to Hermes. 1:16 left on the clock. Inside it goes to Kohler. And we got a foul here. I think that was an anticipation call. It's going to be on Allmeyer. He picks up his 4th. Now you have to start worrying about if you go to overtime. Allmeyer and Rayburn both with 4. Allmeyer never actually touched him. He was right in front of us here, but got some blood on the floor here. Players and referees trying to wipe it up with their shoes. That's not really the correct way to do it, but it'll work. So Kohler at the free throw line on the night. 2 of 5. First one's on the way, and he hits it. He's got 7 points. Closes the gap to 8. Rayburn back in. Mitchell will go to the bench. Crunch time here for the Trojans. 1:12 left in the game. Grayson Kohler for the Warriors at the free throw line, trying to cut this down to 7. Free throw's on the way. It's short. Rebound, and Rayburn has it. And they're going to call a travel on Rayburn. That's because Kohler grabbed him by the jersey, though, and pulled him backwards. So Kohler missed the second free throw, and it's Arapahoe basketball underneath their own basket. Mitchell back in on the defensive end. 47-39. 1:11 left in the game. Trojans by 8. They get it inside. This is Kohler. Has it knocked away by Webb. Webb bringing it down the floor. It's a 1-on-3 break. He drives it, kicks it off to Allmeyer. Shots up and in. Great pass from Webb. Allmeyer has 23. The Trojans are up 10 with 58 seconds left. Here come the Warriors. Hermes on the right wing. Driving, working against Allmeyer. Kicks out to Diaz, a lefty. Working against Webb now. Kicks it back up top to Casey. Casey trying to get against Creighton Ruggles here. Trying to take the shot from the spiking line. It's an air ball. Saves it, and they're going to say he was out of bounds. Hermes tried to save it. The Trojans are going to let it go. Rayburn back in. Mitchell will go to the bench. Ruggles to inbound it. 49-39. Trojans lead it. They get it into Allmeyer. Allmeyer working against Diaz. Comes across the timeline. Gets inside, and he's going to be fouled. Oh, they're going to call a carry. (49-39). Trojans by 10. 29 seconds left in the game. Here's a roll steal from Ruggles. Working in against Casey Ruggles, and he's going to be fouled from behind by Diaz. And Ruggles will go to the line to shoot 2. Diaz picks up his second. So Ruggles at the free throw line. He's been coming on strong lately. You don't mean to jinx him now. He's at 43%. He was struggling. But the last couple of games, he's been red hot from the charity stripe, and he leaves the first one short. Ruggles with the chance to make it an 11-point game. And he hits the second one. He had hit 6 in a row before that miss, and now he's 7 out of 8 in the last 3 games. Here's Diaz down the left side of the lane. Terrence kicks it back out to Casey. And down to 13. Trojans are going to win this one. It's 50-39. Here's a steal by Ruggles. Ruggles, left side of the lane again, goes in, and he's hammered again. He'll be fouled by Will Casey, I believe. We're going to call this on Hermes, and he wasn't even down the floor yet. It's his 4th foul, though, and Ruggles hits the first one. Wraps this one up. They're up by 12 with 7 seconds left. Ruggles' second one, rolls around and got it. He's got 9. Here come the Warriors with 6 seconds left. Diaz just going to dribble it out. He will take the 3, and he drills it at the buzzer. So Diaz ends up with 9. 52-42. Trojans win it by 10. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here with your Cambridge Rehab and Fitness postgame show right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Looking for that great course with lush fairways and fast, pure rolling greens? Looking for that course whose price doesn't break your pocketbook? Well, look no further than Cross Creek Golf Links in Cambridge. Tough enough to challenge the best golfers and easy enough to bring the whole family. A great golf course and a great price. And don't forget to check out the Facebook page and website for upcoming tournaments and other events. Call the clubhouse for more information at 308-697-4768. Your jewel of the Southwest, Cross Creek Golf Links in Cambridge.
The loss of a loved one is undoubtedly one of the hardest times we face in our life. Let the caring and experienced professionals at Lockenauer Jones Mortuary support you through these difficult times. They offer personalized services that you can count on. Lockenauer Jones will help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one. Let them take the time to guide you through the decisions that need to be made during this difficult time. Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, family owned and operated. Call 308-697-3838.
If you have an appointment at a specialty clinic in North Platte or in Kearney, and if you're not sure how you're going to get there, Tri-Valley Health System Public Transportation is happy to transport passengers from within their normal service area to destinations outside their service area for specialty medical appointments or even for personal shopping. To schedule your ride Monday through Friday with Tri-Valley Public Transportation and to see if they service your area, call 308-697-1164. 697-1164. Tri-Valley Health System.
All right, wait right here. I mean, to tell you one, 2, 15,
if you're in the stages of planning an upcoming sale, contact auctioneer Justin Bonshaw today. Whether it's a farm sale, household, livestock, charity, or fundraiser, Justin Bonshaw, the 2014 KAA Champion Livestock Auctioneer, will help you make the most of your sale. Call him today, 402-957-8308. That's 402-957-8308.
950 D1, 99 quarter and 35.
Local sports on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florham back here with you, live from Del Schoenfish Court here in Cambridge, where the Trojans have defeated the Arapahoe Warriors 52-42. Let's give you the stats for this one. This is your Cambridge Rehab and Fitness postgame show. We are locally owned and operated, here to serve Cambridge and the surrounding area. We have a passion for our patients and our community. We are continually innovating and evolving our therapy practices in order to give you the best individualized care. Make an appointment today by calling 308-697-4211. Cambridge Rehab and Fitness right here in downtown Cambridge. For the Warriors tonight, Hayden Seach had 6 points. He was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Alex Diaz with 9, 0 of 2 from the charity stripe. Grayson Kohler with 7 points tonight. He went 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Clayton North with 3. He was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Will Casey with 9 for the Warriors, and Eli Schaefer added 8. They go 3 of 13 from the free throw line, just 23%. For the Trojans tonight, Creighton Ruggles with 9. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Brady Allmeyer with 23. He went 3 of 3. Maverick Webb did not score. He went 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Hodge Rayburn with 16. He went 3 of 7 from the charity stripe. And Braden Miller added 4 for the Trojans. They go 9 of 16 in the first half, 56%. Amateurs Bar and Grill players of the game tonight, we're going to go with Creighton Ruggles and Brady Allmeyer. Allmeyer back over the 20 mark with 23 tonight. Ruggles added 9 and hit some clutch free throws down the stretch. Drawing good friends for good food at Amateurs Bar and Grill on the highway in Cambridge. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here. We'll have Emory Tomlin with us right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
The staff at River Valley Services in Cambridge is ready to take care of all your refrigeration, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and trenching jobs. You see, whether it's at work, on the farm, or at home, there is no job too big or too small. These boys can do it all. River Valley Services are available 7 a.m. till 4, but that doesn't mean they won't handle your emergency at a moment's notice. River Valley Services. Call 308-697-4815. That's 308-697-4815. 697-4815.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Form back here with you with your Cambridge Rehab and Fitness post-game show. And I am joined now by Cambridge Trojan, the only senior on the girls' team, Emory Tomlin. And Emory, you have had a great career here for Cambridge. Unfortunately, volleyball season cut short because of injuries. Here, senior year basketball, you've been battling an injury. How's the foot doing?
Yeah, it's getting better. We're getting somewhere. Tonight felt really good, so I was happy that it came out like that.
I know you suited up against St. Pat's. It didn't play, but, you know, they played a pretty good ball game. Yeah, and you got to suit up. I knew you were excited because we talked before the game, and you were excited about that. So I played your last game here on Cambridge forever. I mean, and that's kind of – has it sunk in yet that this is going to be your last game on the home floor?
Yeah, it has. You know, I just kind of woke up yesterday morning kind of in denial that this week was here, and Coach was taping my ankle before the game, and I was just like, I just can't believe this is happening, and I wasn't quite ready for it. But
So what's your best memory over your 4 years here? What game stands out to you the most?
Man, freshman year when we were playing Maxwell, Coach Albers put me in for the last couple seconds, and I hit a three from off the mark a little bit. So that's probably it, right at the buzzer. So yeah.
And what about this season? What's been your favorite part of your senior season here?
Just watching them grow. I mean, we've added a lot. Those girls are amazing to work with, and we had a lot of young players step up this year. So just really happy to see that.
Yeah, you guys, like I said, you're the only senior on the team. There's only 2 juniors too, with just Mallory and Annabelle. So the 3 of you with the leadership, you know, you guys have got to be out there because the rest of the players are all sophomores, but they're stepping up, like you said, and you guys are really peaking here at the right time. Got a big win over Arapahoe tonight.
Yes, that was big.
So what's the future plans hold for Emory Tomlin? What are you going to do after high school's done? Are you going out for track first of all, or
no?
Nothing going on after basketball.
Nope.
Your career as a Trojan sports athlete is done.
Yes. After graduation, I think I'm planning on going to the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, and then going to early education.
Early education? Yeah, well, you make a great teacher, I think, just from what I know of you, and your family too. I mean, you know, I've known your dad for many years, so I think you'd make a great teacher.
Perfect.
Well, Emory, thanks for coming up and visiting with us, and let's go get a win
everything.
on Friday night against Alma.
Yes,
let's close the senior season out right.
Yes.
Gavin Gunderson going to join us now. We'll let him get the headset on here. And Gavin, you've had 4 years here as a Trojan, being on the basketball team. Not a lot of playing time until this year, and then you've gotten a little bit more here in your senior season.
Yep.
So what's your best memory here as over the 4 years? What's been your biggest memory for them 4 years?
Like out of basketball?
Yeah.
Probably just being with the team. I like to be around the team and try to be the positive energy going for them, and just being able to make them better.
What about outside of basketball? I know you run cross country and you're going to run track. I'm assuming you, because you always have, so I'm assuming you're going to run track again. Long distance runner in the track. And did you make it a state last year?
Yeah, I made it a state past 2 years.
Yeah, past 2 years, yes. And also did you make state in cross country?
Yeah, this year I did.
Yep, I thought so. So long distance runner here for the Trojans. And so what's been your biggest memory outside of basketball? Is it just going to state down there for
probably going to state and track?
Yeah,
I really enjoy state at track. It's fun to be around everybody, and
it's a big atmosphere because everybody's right on top of you. Not like cross country, everybody's spread out to the course, but cross country or at track, they're right on top of you, aren't they?
Yeah, and I get when I was in cross country, I was the only person that made it to state out of the guys. And in track, I'm able to do it with a team because I made it in the 4x8 the past 2 years. So being with them and having a team aspect really helps.
What's been your favorite moment of your senior season here on the basketball court?
Just being with the freshmen. They're fun, and I like to help them out, and I just like being around people, I guess. I don't know. I like to try to bring energy. Sometimes it's hard. But
what's the future hold for you then after graduation? Are you going to college? I'm sure you are, but are you going to try to run track or anything at college?
I am undecided on if I'm going to run or not yet, but I plan on being a physical therapist. So
okay, so where's school going to be then? Have you made that decision?
Not really. Haven't made that decision.
There's a lot of good physical therapy schools around the area. I mean, they are fairly close to home, and even some that, are maybe not so close to home if you want to get out and stretch your wings a little bit.
Right now, the best option's looking like Peru State.
Yeah,
but
that's a good college. I like Peru State. I almost went there myself when I got out of high school. I didn't, but I thought about it. I went and looked at it. So it is a very good school. So
yeah.
Well, Gavin, thanks for coming up and visit with us, and great
you.
senior year. And let's go get another win on Friday night.
Hopefully, we will.
Yeah, you got 2 games up for your senior year. You got Alma and then Bertrand. So let's pick up 2 more wins and get ready for sub-district play.
Maybe dunk it.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Maybe you get that spurt of energy and get up there and get one.
Oh, yeah.
That was Cambridge Trojan senior Gavin Gunderson. Every time Gavin Gunderson, the 2 seniors on the boys and girls teams this year. And it's been great watching them guys grow over the last 4 years and watching them play this year. We're going to take one last break. We'll come back. We'll have Coach Clay Shepard with us right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Samway floor covering and furniture.
You know what they say, if you don't want to be boring, just change your flooring. Well, actually, they don't say that, but they probably should. Samways has the cure for boring with some of the finest and most durable carpet from Shaw and Mohawk, plus beautiful designs of LVT, tile, and more. Go from boring to charming at Samway Floor Covering and Furniture, North Highway 83, Macomb.
Samway floor covering and furniture. You'll love this store.
The Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florham back here with you along with Cambridge Trojan head coach Clay Shepard, and we're going to talk about the game here in just 1 second. The Trojans get the win here. This is your Cambridge Rehab and Fitness post-game show. We are locally owned and operated here to serve Cambridge and the surrounding area. We have a passion for our patients and our community. We are continually innovating and evolving our therapy practices in order to give you the best individualized care. Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, make an appointment by calling today at 308-697-4211. Cambridge Rehab and Fitness located here in downtown Cambridge. And as I said, I'm Trent Florham. I'm joined now by Cambridge Trojan head coach Clay Shepard. And Clay, you guys eked out a win when it kind of looked like early on you were going to blow them out.
Yeah, it was kind of a wild game of runs there. We started hot. They came back and kind of cranked the pressure up defensively and got back into it right there at half. And then thought that we kind of flipped the script on in the second half there, and we got after it pretty good to start the half. And then toward the end of the third quarter, they hit some more shots, kind of got back in it, and then we were just really solid in the fourth quarter, which it hasn't necessarily been something we've been great at this year. So it was great to get back in another close game at the end and be able to finish it off like that.
Yeah, I jumped out to a 14-2 lead, and then they went on a 18-3 run on you guys, led at halftime 20-17. Was there ever a time when you started panicking a little bit, or you just say, the boys will be all right?
No, we were doing some not very good things as far as handling the ball and putting ourselves in bad spots. And, even still, we were still getting decent shots, and they weren't falling. And, I was disappointed that we kind of, I don't know if it was took our foot off the gas or just kind of, didn't respond to their up in the pressure, but it was kind of frustrating. But really, you could kind of see, okay, we're starting to get to spots right at the end of the half there, and then in the second half we, got to those spots a little bit quicker, made a little bit crisper passes, and then hit a few shots, and that always helps.
Maverick Webb's been hitting some pretty good shots, but for the first time, I think this season, I know, but maybe for the last 2 years, he was held scoreless tonight. He had some good-looking shots; they just would not fall for him. What do you do to boost his confidence back up for Friday night?
Yeah, I think he'll get in the gym the next 2 days and find his stroke again, and he's a pretty confident kid. I think he'll be ready to go for Friday night. Just kind of a weird night for him. The way that they were running their defense, he was oftentimes the guy who was trying to get to the free throw line and then make the kick out passes. So he didn't get as many shots. And then, sometimes when you're not getting as many shots or when you're not getting to the rim, you're not in as much rhythm as you want to be when you're shooting those threes. And so just kind of a weird night for him. But I thought he did a good job of finding guys. Obviously he had a couple of those kickouts to Hodge. He had one or two of those kickouts to Brady as well. And those two both shot the ball really well. Creighton kind of got us going with his shooting, which was good to see. He's bounced back the last couple games here and shot the ball pretty well, which adds a nice another dimension kind of to our offensive attack. So that's big as well. But thought we got some good minutes from Miller tonight. I thought he rebounded really well. He's given up inches in there to those guys, and he had some big boards and then two big finishes late. I thought Kyle Johnson came in. He's been playing really well in JV games. We thought we should get him a chance to go play in the varsity game, and thought it was a game that suited him. And really when he came in, it was 5-2, and we went on that 9-0 run. Right when he came in. So that was good to see. He's just got to continue to develop, but he obviously adds a different dimension for us because he's 4 inches taller than everyone else on our team. So if we can get him going and continue to get him going, that would be big. But those main guys were kind of the main guys tonight. Besides Mav, not scoring, but doing a lot of the main things. Brady had a really nice night shooting the ball. I thought he attacked really well too. It doesn't show up in the stats necessarily with the 2-pointers, but just did a nice job of breaking down their zone off the dribble. Creighton, same way. I thought he broke down the zone off the dribble a lot. Got in there and had a few that I thought he'd make and he missed, but then also had some really nice kickouts. And Hodge just was really steady all the way throughout. And if you would ask me how many points he had, I probably would have said 7 or 8, and it turns out he had 16 because he just finds ways to score. Whether it's off the bounce, in transition, or shooting the ball.
Didn't necessarily shoot free throws great tonight, but you hit him down the stretch when it mattered. Brady hits 3 out of 3, and Creighton Ruggles 3 out of 4 there in late in the fourth quarter when it mattered. Yeah,
that was huge too. I did notice that in the first half. That was another one of the frustrations was we got it could have kind of stemmed the tide on their big run if we would have just made go 2 for 2 at the stripe one of those 2 times, and we didn't, and it was good to see that we focused up in the fourth quarter there and knocked them down when it counted.
Big game coming up Friday night. The Alma Cardinals, they were the RPAC Conference champions. You're going to play them Friday night. First time you've played them this season. A lot of good talent there. They're kind of like you guys. They do have a couple of bigger guys. Xavier Mitchell and the Harriet kid are kind of bigger, but I don't know that they're the big kids that you've really been facing because they're not as big body-wise. I mean, they're tall, but they're not as big body-wise. Talk to us about the Cardinals and how do you get the W?
The biggest challenge with them is they're just 1 through 5. They're really long. I don't think they play a kid who's under 6 foot. Both their wings, Xavier Mitchell and Tucker Biscup, are both about 6'3", 6'4". Grady Feynman inside, it seems like every time I see him, he's growing another inch. He's probably 6'4", 6'5". So they're just long. That kind of gave us some fits tonight against Arapahoe zone was their length and not being able to make those passes without getting them tipped. So we got to be really focused on that, making sure that we put them on their heels instead of letting them, kind of be on their toes and pressuring us, because their defense is really pretty special. Even in games where they aren't shooting the ball well, it just seems like, we're going to get up by 10 and you're not going to score on us again, and we're going to finish this thing off. So their defense is really, really good. Offensively, all 6 guys they play are really, really good weapons. Isaiah Neal shoots the ball really well. I remember Titus Epp, we kind of had him as maybe the one kid who couldn't shoot it as well last year, and we backed off him and he hit 3 threes against us. Tucker and Xavier are, probably, not to slight anybody here, but probably the 2 best players in our conference. They're both really, really talented off the dribble, both really, really talented shooting the ball, really, really talented attacking in transition. So they're going to be a huge test. But Coach Ford always does a good job, has a good plan. They've had a lot of games where, you look at it and it's like, kind of thought that one would be a little more than 13 points. But then you watch it and you see that it was 13 because they wanted it to be 13. And,
right.
They get the lead in the fourth quarter and you're not going to come back on them. So we got to go get them from the jump. We got to get a lead. We got to play with the lead like we did tonight in the fourth quarter. We got to keep pressure on them. You can't let them get on their runs because they will run and score a bunch in a hurry. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us. Obviously, RPAC champs. They kind of have the target on their back now. We're the next team that gets a shot at them. So it'll be a fun test on Friday night.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to come out and visit. Good win tonight, and let's go pick up another one on
For
Friday
sure.
night.
I see my phone's blown up here. The family in Fremont wants me to give them a shout-out, so they're all listening. They said, hey, make sure you give us a shout-out. So, shout out my parents. My sisters both coach, and they both got big wins tonight. So, they're always tuning in. They appreciate what you do for us, and it's fun that they can, 4 hours away, still be able to stay connected to the Trojans. So,
yeah. Shout out to the Shepherd family out there listening. Is your one sister still playing pro basketball?
Yep, she is. She's got a big game. She actually just wrapped up with the Slovenian national team last weekend. They qualified for the Euro Cup, so that was a big deal. She's back in Greece now playing for her pro team. So, Cambridge is by far not the farthest games that they have to watch on.
Right,
that's a 7-hour flight. This is just a 4-hour drive. So
still nice to have them listening.
It is. It's cool. It's really cool that they're able to do that.
Well, Coach, thanks once again for coming up here and visit with us, and we'll see you on Friday night.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Trent.
Cambridge Trojan head coach Clay Shepard. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here to wrap things up on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Brynick Truck and Trailer in Arapahoe is the name you can count on for quality, dependable work for your truck or trailer projects. Brynick Truck or Trailer Repair is your home for truck sales, grain trailer rentals, and automotive or diesel services. No matter the season, you want your truck to be in working, dependable order. So don't delay. Get your equipment ready to run and call Brynick Truck and Trailer at 308-962-7200. That's 308-962-7200. 962-7200.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florham back here with you. Live from Cambridge. We're going to get ready to wrap things up here. Trojans get the sweep tonight over the Warriors. Girls win it 47-42. The boys win it 52-42. Girls pick up the win after losing to Arapahoe earlier this season in the opening round.